Wow. Yeah. Damn. Okay.
All right, we should be live. Let me check real quick, Griff. Let me see what's going on, my brother Griff. All right, All right, what's good, family? We should be live. I'm with the living legend, Professor Griff. We're about to start the show. George Macon, what's up? Underground West.
Oh,
You said
Ground West.
Markeith, Cannon, Scorpio.
Brother Rich connecting the whole Underground Railroad. West, north to
You are
south.
Moon, Queen, Rumble Skillson. Peace to everybody filling in the chat room. As you can see, I'm with the brother, Professor Griff. The brother, before we start our show, I want to congratulate the brother, Professor Griff, for his award he recently received at the Grammys, Public Enemy, the whole crew. And the brother sent me some pictures. And wow, man, you and Soleil showed out, man. You and Soleil showed out, man. I don't know where you got that outfit at, man.
Bruh.
And then Soleil's dress, I was like, whoa, that was dope. That was dope right there.
Yeah, we definitely trying to bring some royalty back, some sensuous.
Nah, that was royalty, bro. That was royalty.
Oh, give thanks, man.
I forgot to. I'm wondering why you sound so. Hold up. Yeah, Griff.
Yes, sir.
Shit. No. Why didn't I? Family, y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all hear me. I don't know what's going on here.
Better with my serious minds join on.
All right, family. Let me know. Can y'all still hear me? Because I plugged something. I unplugged something. Can y'all still hear me? Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Let's start the show. Well, yeah. Like I said, I want to congratulate the brother, Professor Griff. Much deserved. The brother's in LA now. He's still in LA. I'm glad the brother was able to still do the show. I know he got a lot going on right now. So thank you for still being able to do this show, my brother. And how did it feel, man? You know, being recognized after all these years, my brother. You know, we've criticized the Grammys a lot throughout the years. So how did it feel, you know, being recognized by the institution?
It felt kind of strange at the same time. It's just like a blessing and a curse, knowing what goes on inside of the industry, not just the academy, but even right now as we speak, what's happening to Deborah Dugan, who was removed. Even what's going on in the academy right now. So it's just a lot going on surrounding it. But the feeling was a very, very shocking, surprising feeling when I got the call from Ashley, who actually put me in touch with Deborah Dugan. Deborah Dugan gave me the call, and we had the conversation. I was like tongue tied. I couldn't believe it because I don't know. Maybe you can understand, Brother Rich. It's like I'm Professor Griff, man. You understand what I'm saying? So these people calling me to say, you know, we're giving you the Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm like, wow. I was really kind of shocked. But getting here in LA and experiencing the whole thing with the Grammys and meeting people and seeing people. One of the first people I ran into was Wyclef, and Charlie Mack. Charlie Mack, Will Smith's road manager. And matter of fact, he was one of the ones that took the picture.
Okay.
So, and it was a beautiful thing. Then Wyclef and running into, you know, all kind of people, man. It's a beautiful thing. And when your peers recognize along with the academy, that really means something, man, truly.
Indeed. Once again.
Give thanks, bro. Give thanks.
Definitely. I want to and I wish I would have saved the pictures on my computer, man. I would have loved to show the people, man, because it was Black excellence, right? You know, truly Black excellence with Professor Griff. And
I'll make sure when we hang up, I'll send them to you.
Okay, cool. But you know, on the same day of the Grammys, the brother Kobe Bryant, tragic accident. Him and 8 other people. Obviously the most famous person was him, his daughter Gianna, and brother was only 41 years old, and just kind of took the world by surprise. With such a tragic loss like that, and the way he died in a helicopter crash and being with his daughter. If you're an NBA fan, I don't know if you watch the NBA, he's been rolling with his daughter for like a year now, pretty much everywhere, taking her to all the games, introducing her to the players because she was interested in playing basketball. So, actually, when the plane crashed, they was on their way to practice for her.
It was a helicopter.
Yeah, helicopter. I'm sorry. Yeah, helicopter. They was on their way to practice. So, he was, in the middle of being a family man and, just unfortunate circumstances. But before we get involved with the questioning and everything that, our talk, just want to get your general thoughts on the whole situation, my brother.
Well, first of all, we need to send out our positive energy and our condolences out to his family and his extended family, and everyone else that that was affected by his tragic death. And from some of the things I've been hearing on the news and just running into people, yeah, it's a really, 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 they taking it really, really hard. I mean, when I first heard it, I was down by the Staples Center. I was meeting to get my passes, meeting up with Terminator X, and I didn't know what happened, and I started seeing people converging to a certain area, bringing flowers, and I'm like, oh man, the Grammys mean that much to people? People are bringing flowers. Mm-hmm. And then my cell phone started blowing up, and I said something must have happened. And that's when when I first heard it, I was like, nah, that's not true, man. Somebody's like joking. So I kind of ignored it. And then I got a few more text messages, and I said, wow, it's the same way I heard about Michael Jackson's death. Someone texted me. I thought they were playing. I made a few phone calls, and I just ignored it. And then I started getting bombarded with text messages. So yeah, we offer our condolences, but and a lot of people are just taking it very, 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 very hard because I didn't know Kobe Bryant and what he did with the Lakers franchise for 20 years meant so much to so many people. Now I understand the magnitude, Brother Rich. Outside of 20 years, outside of dribbling basketball and 4 or 5, different trophies for championships and that kind of thing, the brother was just an all around good brother. There was a couple of hiccups in his life that became public, but he apologized and made up for that and paid the price for that, and went on to continue to do what he did. But when I first heard it, it was just, how something hits you in the chest, man. It's like you just got to stop for a minute.
Right.
Then for a minute, I said to myself, wow, I'm here for them to announce the fact that Public Enemy is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. And why don't feel anything? Like, why don't I feel like happy anymore after I heard that? Mm-hmm. So yeah, it just kind of threw my day off, man. Yeah, and then, oh man, yeah, it's just, yeah. And then there was a couple of moments at the Grammys where I'm not sure if you watched it.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
Grown men were crying.
Yeah.
Like, Boys to Men sang a song with Alicia Keys, and then what's the sister's name? His sister got up and sang a song about her dad being the first man that ever loved her, and everyone just kind of lost it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I'm hearing, I was listening to who's the gentleman that be with Shannon Sharp earlier, him and Skip Bayless. I was listening to them, and Shannon said something interesting. Kobe has such a, he had this mentality they called the Mamba mentality, where he was a fierce competitor and he gave it his all, in his craft. He gave it every ounce of it, every ounce of his heart he left on that basketball court. And, with somebody like that, a fierce competitor, somebody who appears to be fearless, you don't expect them to go out so soon or like that So Shannon Sharp said it was a reality check about his mortality. And he said, damn, if Kobe could leave, then shit, anybody could leave. So I'm thinking a lot of people, you know, who may take life for granted or may not think they you know, they may think that, you know, I'm not going anytime soon. It's kind of scary seeing Kobe leave, because you just don't expect somebody that with that strength mentally to leave. So what do you think about people thinking that in that manner, you know?
Brother Rich, I can honestly say the question that you asked is one of the same questions that I had to ask someone else and then ask myself. Mm-hmm. All that we know, and then all that we should understand about death being a part of life. Why is it that we're so shocked when someone that the world knows, right, leaves us? But then we're not shocked when the average person, you know, Tay or Man or Twan leaves us. You understand what I'm saying? What is it about entertainers that we just can't ever think of them dying? What is it about sports players that we can't ever think of them leaving us? Way beyond, we can't see them play no more because we're beyond that, because the man retired. So we know we wasn't going to see him play anymore, but we want to wish people well. And then and wishing him well, it's almost like he left too soon. I mean, I can honestly say I felt the question that you're asking, because I was one of those individuals that like, wow. And I know this is wrong of me to do. I'm still growing as a human being. It's like, why Kobe, man? Why not some? I'm not gonna mention the names that I mentioned, but these people that are obviously doing wrong and want to hurt and harm people and do all the negative stuff that they doing. But why Kobe? A man who had embraced the game and then wanted to now and was successful in the game, wanting to pass that on, not even having a boy child, man. Mm-hmm. Following his footsteps. His daughter says, "Pops, don't worry about it. I got this." You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. And then him saying, "Okay, well, you know something? I don't have a boy, but if my daughter wants to do this, I'm going to support my daughter and anyone else that comes." So it's hard when someone like that leaves, because we know it's way beyond dribbling a ball, man. It was Kobe's heart. You understand what I'm saying? I heard it in Meek Mill's voice last night. I heard it in DJ Khaled's voice. I heard it in Alicia Keys' voice. I heard it in Lizzo's voice last night. And it's like, this is real, and it's affecting different people. I've seen black, white, I've seen coaches, I've seen all kind of people. I've seen thousands of people down at the Staples Center, man, just calling his name, bringing flowers and crying. Yeah, so we just can't believe that someone of that magnitude, like it was hard for us to believe that even somebody like Bruce Lee checked out here. It was hard for us to believe. I mean, and with white people, it was hard to believe that Elvis. It was hard for them to believe that Kennedy got shot. It was hard for us to believe that Malcolm and Martin are not here. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And even when Michael Jackson and Prince transitioned, we was taking it like, wow. So it's always this thing with people. And I understand what Shannon Sharp was saying, the reality check. I probably wouldn't have said that because it almost seems cold and callous at the time, where people are mourning the death of someone that they've kind of looked up and looked at and kind of held on to and looked at Kobe's life and the way he handled sports. It's like, and helping their sons get through a certain period in their life by using Kobe as an example. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Death is a reality, Brother Rich, and we have to understand that. And it's a certain way that we have to kind of handle death and the news of someone transitioning. The 9 people, I'm not a numbers man, of course, but there's a connection with the 9. We already know that. As far as completion, we have to I saw some people doing the numerology on the number 8 and the number 24. You understand what I'm saying? So I just said to myself, nope, not on this show, not tonight. We need to be in a meditative, prayerful state and be cautious with our words because family is still mourning. People are still
Indeed.
mourning.
Right. I see everybody, not everyone. Check. Why I can't hear myself? You hear me, right, Griff?
Yeah, you clear. You loud and
Okay.
clear.
Okay, cool. Whenever a situation like this occurs and the conspiracy theories are everywhere, and it's kind of strange to a lot of people that he died the day of the Grammys. Whitney Houston died of the day of the Grammys.
Right.
Seems to be kind of, people get their death occurs at around this time when the Grammys come around. Also, a lot of people are talking about a cartoon that surfaced that was made years ago, showing him die in a plane crash. What's your thoughts on those two? What some people are saying are coincidence or conspiracies or whatever?
I can honestly say, Brother Rich, when I first heard the conspiracy, and I actually saw the cartoon that people are talking about, and I just thought somebody real quick made it up and put it out there. I did a little bit more investigation, and someone said it was a couple of years ago. I shrugged it off because I wasn't in the spirit to even try to wrap my brain around conspiracy, man. I did think of Whitney Houston. I did think of the Grammys. I thought of, and I'm guilty of this. I thought about what I put in my own book about conspiracy theory and blood sacrifice. So I had to sit with myself and says, wow, you the same brother that put this kind of stuff in your book. So what is it with you that you can't wrap your brain and your spirit around it? You understand what I'm saying? It was just hard for me to do, bro. And even right now, and this is a day later, and I'm like, I'm still trying to, it's the spirit of it. I'm trying to just kind of wrap my brain around the possibility of somebody doing something to someone like Kobe. You understand what I'm saying? In that kind of way. Because I even said to myself, he's not a conspiracy theorist. He's not a threat to anybody. He's not, you understand what I'm saying? Why him? Why the other 8 people? What would anyone stand to gain? And it's like, I just had a hard time wrapping my spirit around trying to understand conspiracy theory at this time. And not to say that they're right and not to say that they're wrong. I'm not dismissing it, Brother Rich. I'm just saying my spirit didn't allow me to do it. Even knowing that I was one of the individuals that kind of talked about the Illuminati and blood sacrifice and deaths happen at certain times of the year and blood sacrifice and this kind of thing. So yeah. And it's not a belief or non-belief kind of thing, Brother Rich. It's not me backing down on what I quote unquote believe or the information that I put out in my book, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop. I'm just saying all of those things may be true. Right now, I have to calm my spirit in order to look at it objectively and say, okay, what happened? What constantly happens during this period during the Grammys? And who are these sacrifices and what sacrifices are being made as far as the blood sacrifice?
Indeed. I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat, everybody feeling in the chat. Shout out to all of y'all. Thanks for tuning in. For those who just sent me something for the meditation track. I'm gonna send it to y'all once the show is done. I'm gonna get busy and send that to y'all. Besides that, something else I want to tell you. I can't remember right now. Well, in the meantime, before I do that, let's get to the next question. Professor Griff, what's your watching Kobe talk and hearing people talk about Kobe once he retired basketball? One of the things they said was that Kobe said he was his happiest once he retired basketball. So my question would be is, he's a fierce competitor. He put every ounce of what he had into the game of basketball. He obviously loved basketball. It was his life. He lived, breathed, he died. Everything was basketball to him. Why do you think he would tell people he was the happiest he's been? He had one of the most successful careers in basketball history. 5 NBA championships, Olympic teams, all-stars, MVPs, you name it, he had it. Scoring titles. Why do you think he would tell, I think he told Shannon Sharp and a couple other people, why do you think he would say he was happiest in his life once he retired?
I think a lot of times, brother Rich, or Father Rich, now we tend to want to move to the next phase of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
The next phase of our life may not want to be thousands of people calling your name.
Mm-hmm.
It may not want to be everyone pulling at you for a piece of you. It may not want to be being in this limelight. It may not be all of these things that people think it is. Kobe knew what it was. There's thousands of NBA players out there that's right now, some playing and some retired, know what it's like on the inside, brother Rich. You and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know every day they wake up, having to grab the gym bag and say, okay, well, all right, this is what I signed up for. Let me do it. We don't know what they go through. We already know that there's racism in sports.
Mm.
We don't know what they go through, having to go through the front office and deal with what they deal with, negotiating the price for their contracts and that kind of thing. We don't know what they go through. Being away from their family so long, traveling, we don't know what they go through, brother Rich. So a lot of times they just don't say. They just keep it here, keep it pushed on. Is one of the reasons why he had that Mamba mentality, that drive. It's because let me focus in on this. This is what I know how to do. This is what I signed up for. I want to be the best. I want to be the best at it. So way beyond basketball, we know he suffered an injury and he had to work through that. We don't know the pain that the brother was in. You understand? That's one of the reasons why he retired. We don't know the loneliness, being on the road, being away from the family, not doing, the things that stay-at-home dads or dads that are home every day, coming home from work, do with their family. We don't know what they, their everyday life is like. Do you really know what it's like, brother Rich, going everywhere and people calling your name, wanting you to sign a piece of paper everywhere you go?
Nah.
Every day?
Yes.
Taking pictures it's like, if you're not built for that, man, it can really wear you down. And sometimes you just want to stay away from people, brother Rich.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I've gotten to that point several times in my life. Just don't want to deal with people. Just rather not, man. And you know me, I don't do what do they call it at the hotel? Room service. I don't trust them people. And I don't do drive-through windows at restaurants. So if I get hungry and I need to go out, I literally got to go to a restaurant, go talk to people, order, look at the food, yada yada, go back home and get into a quiet space, and eat. Or if I need to go out and buy toilet tissue or toothpaste, you gotta deal with people. But even the trip to CVS, man, it's like, oh, Professor Griff, what's up? You understand? Yo, man, I ran into Flavor Flav, man. That's like, you got to deal with that whole thing. And sometimes you just get tired of people. You just want peace, man.
At your Professor Griff, at your height with Public Enemy, did you have peace of mind?
No.
Could you explain?
I didn't have peace of mind simply because the controversy was on me already. So even when Public Enemy reached the peak and the controversy thing was happening, it was almost like it was no peace of mind. I got a divorce. I moved. I had to protect my children. I got poisoned, shot at. Then after that, house burned down, passport taken. So no, it was no peace. It wasn't, all these things happened in succession. Excuse me. So it was no peace. At the height of Public Enemy, I was thrown out of the group. Fear of a Black Planet, I was being thrown out. That's when I had the incident with Search at Def Jam. So where was my peace? I had no peace. During all of that, the people loved me, and people would like, yo, Professor Griff. Yeah, but industry hated my guts. So there wasn't no peace. Not that I care, but to a degree you care. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, all the people that I had met, man. I mean, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Anita Baker, Regina Bell. I can name 100 artists that I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm just that dude. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I to a degree, I do care. And even some of those radical white artists that I had met, you understand what I'm saying? I don't want them to think that, oh, this dude hates all white people and he hates this and he hates that and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, come on, man. And then the way it happened, yeah, I didn't have any peace because I felt the brothers did me in. You understand what I'm saying? So no, I was not at peace. No.
If you could start your life all over again, Griff, would you still choose the fame, or would you just say, nah, I don't. Don't put me part of that movie role.
But Brother Rich, please understand this, and I need you to understand this. Like from this day forward, I didn't ask for this. I never started out like a lot of people start out their careers wanting to be a famous person or a famous artist or a famous rapper or a famous whatever. I never wanted that. But since it fell into my lap, I think the creator said, well, a brother told me the other day, let me tell you how he told me real quick. He said, the ancestors are going before you. Those angels are going before you, clearing your path. So the people that hate you, why do you think that next generation of whites are honoring you? I was like, wow. He said, because to a degree, maybe they understand. More so than some of your own people. And that was hard for me to swallow. It's hard to kind of take that, like, because I always get the love from Black people. You understand what I'm saying? The older echelon of whites that don't want to let go of the whole idea of hate are the ones, the younger ones, they're like, okay, yeah, I'm calling you, Griff, because you put your number out there. Young whites, you understand what I'm saying? Young whites would meet me and they like, what, okay, that was 30 years ago. I'm like, yeah, but, so yeah, okay, let's move on. A lot of people they just don't, bro. They just really don't. So I never asked for it. So answer your question directly. The creator put in me what the creator put in me. So I'm gonna have to do what I have to do, Brother Rich. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for my dad checking out of here when I was 6 years old and me having to reach for a father figure. I didn't ask for that. And the father figures, plural, that I reached out to and for and grasped and held on to was the Marcus Garvey, the Elijah Muhammad's, the Che Guevara's, the Malcolm X, the Farrakhan's, and the Mandelas, and all the radical ones, the Black Panther Party, and the Zulu, and the Mau Mau. That's who I gravitated towards. So if that made me famous, Brother Rich, then, or infamous, hey, so be it.
A lot of when you mention white people, I just thought about the Nakers comment. A lot of people tweeted and they posted the Instagram video of what is her name? Allison Morris. Yeah. She's on MSNBC. And then when reporting about the death of Kobe Bryant, instead of saying the Los Angeles Lakers, she claimed she said the Los Angeles Nakers, but obviously to everybody is sounding like niggas. So, it's just a lot of people saying, this shit is just beyond disrespectful what the media, some people in the media, they've been, one reporter got suspended. She sent out a tweet, a link to something with his rape case. So it's just been a lot of underhanded, kind of crazy shit going on with the media, trying to defame his name. And, people just like, damn, how tasteless can the media be? What's your thoughts on the whole Nakers thing? Are you buying what she's selling? She's saying she could buy Knicks with Lakers and came up with Nakers.
Well, when I first heard it, I went back and forth with the brother who sent it to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't hear it. I don't. A lot of times, especially nowadays in 2020, our ears are fine tuned now, but because of white people calling the police, you understand what I'm saying? On black people for absolutely nothing. And so many times people are getting reprimanded and fired and dealt with and handled for using the N-word. Now black people's ears are fine-tuned. Our ears are only fine-tuned when white people say it, but our ears are worn out from black people calling black people the N-word. So I'm saying to you, that's no excuse. And you're right. The media has a history, brother Rich, of handling black people in situations. Look how they handled Michael Jackson. And then they even used black people to help destroy Michael Jackson's legacy. Look how they handled Prince. Look how they handled some of the greats. Look how they still handle Dr. Martin Luther King, which a reporter called him Dr. Martin Luther Coon.
Right. A couple of times they said that on different occasions. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't dismiss it. I didn't hear it clear until I heard Brother Ben X report on it. And I said, wow. And then even when I heard it, then I said, did she intentionally say that? And then I said, let me press the pause button. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing was right. On a subconscious level, this is their language. This is how they talk when we're not around. You understand what I'm saying? So even when people say...
For those who don't know, what's a Freudian slip? What's a Freudian slip, Professor?
Freudian slip is when you have it in your subconscious mind, right? But you have no intentions on actually saying it. But since it's there, when you go to reach for words to express what you're saying, you reach for those group of words that you're so accustomed to using. And yeah, you don't mean to say it, but it's there.
It's there. Wow. Freudian slip. Wow.
So it's almost like, the W.E.B. Du Bois talked about the dual consciousness, the double consciousness, and we having a code switch. And then what happens when the sister goes to work and she forgets she's at work? You understand what I'm saying? And you have to code switch and use the King's English, and you have to speak in the context of racism, white supremacy, because you're at work. But what happens when you forget, Brother Rich? You end up with a Freudian slip, and you know, and sometimes, at the counter of at the hotel, sisters get in trouble because it's like white woman getting smart and something may slip out and be like, who you talking to? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We have to check that. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah.
It was weird because when she said she combined Knicks with Lakers, I'm like, I could see if there was a picture of the Knicks on screen, but there wasn't. I don't understand, what did the Knicks have to do with anything? So it was real weird that, I think she's searching, so that's the best she could come up with.
Yeah, but it has to be in the subconscious though for you to put.
Yeah.
Did you just report on the Knicks, or did you just?
You know what I'm saying?
You dating someone on the Knicks? I mean, like what? Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be She's got to live with that one though, man.
I want to actually, Griff, give him your Cash App. I want to look for something real quick.
Okay, my Cash App is $ Professor Griff. That's ProfessorGriff. Professor Griff. That's $ Professor Griff. And of course, I'm on Serious Minds every other day. And of course, people already know about my alternative Black Studies course. But $ Professor Griff. People can donate food stamps, Captain Crunch coupons, leftover royalty checks, whatever they want.
I want to read you something a brother on Instagram wrote. We mentioned the Mamba mentality earlier. I thought this was pretty dope what the brother wrote concerning the Mamba mentality. His name is Charity Croft, so I want to give him his props. His Instagram handle is Old Chap Charity. The brother wrote, Kobe Bryant was evidence that the human will is unstoppable. He proved that when a person puts their entire energy into something, success is a guarantee. He represented divine obsession. He represented relentless pursuit. He was evidence of the fact that genius is self-bestowed. And that's it right there. Then he wrote, follow Kobe's lead and make yourself into whatever you desire to be. Find your obsession. Once you do that, dive so deeply into it that your entire life becomes immersed in that passion. Geniuses are not born. They are created via self-actualization and persistence. Kobe Bryant taught us that every human could achieve greatness, a reminder everyone is limitless. So I'm happy, Griff, what everybody's taken, from Kobe's Bryant experience down here on earth and his, like he said, his obsession with, the dude was obsessed with basketball. I want to be obsessed with what I'm good at, Griff. Like right now, if I'm honest, Griff, I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, I don't, in terms of like my music and my journalism, I'm not giving more than 60% right now, if I'm just being honest. So when I see somebody like Kobe or I look at something like this, it's a reminder for me that damn, when I think I'm doing 100%, I'm probably really not. So I could go more. It's like when you get that second win when you're jogging or something and you think you're done, and then you get a second win and you go for a whole nother hour. So I'm looking to just up my productivity, and that's what I take from that. But what's your thoughts on that statement, what the brother wrote?
I think what the brother wrote was very, very profound. And I think, sometimes we say geniuses are born, but all the people that and over the last 3 or 4 years, I've argued with a few people about this term genius. I think you and I have discussed it once or twice before, in reference to Kanye West throwing this word genius around and giving his title and his adjective, throwing it on people as though they're deserving of it. And I was just like, I'm very kind of tight-knit when I use that word in reference to an individual. For example, would you say that Jimi Hendrix was a genius?
Yes.
Okay. But what if I told you Jimi Hendrix slept with his guitar? Jimi Hendrix, when he used the bathroom, he had his guitar. They said that Jimi Hendrix, when he was making breakfast, he had his guitar.
Were you just saying that, or that's real?
No, that's real. When you look at his life story and you hear different accounts from people, it's like, wow, he was obsessed. This is why he was one of the gods of rock and roll. You understand what I'm saying? When you find someone obsessed to that degree, what the statement that the brother that you just read was 1000% correct. When you find someone that's that relentless as far as their pursuit of perfection, then they rightly deserve everything that the brother had coming his way and actually achieved. And I think he was trying to instill that in his daughter and instill that in everyone around him.
Indeed.
Yeah.
They're a little mad.
But hold on. You said 60%. Is that something where you're just being lazy, or you're in a situation where you can't give it? What is the hurdle? You have encouragement. People around you encourage you.
It's I would say it's laziness. It's procrastination, putting things off. Getting comfortable with your achievements and thinking, if I achieve something, being comfortable with that achievement instead of continuing to elevate to the next level.
Do you think technology has a lot to do with that?
Yeah.
Preventing you from moving to the next level?
I don't want to blame anything but me. It might. Obviously, technology is definitely it's hurt everybody's attention span, everybody's patience, everybody, so I don't want to, but I don't want to blame it, but in a way, I can see how technology has hurt that. That's why sometimes it's best to stay away from Instagram or YouTube. I had to fall back. Man, me and you used to go hard. We used to go super hard in the paint. Like we wasn't missing a week, and I wasn't missing. Since my son was born, I took a lot of time off from the internet because I could see how it could distract you or whatever. But I just I don't want to blame anything. want to stop procrastinating, Griff. That's what I want to do, man.
Right. But see, a lot of people pulled on Kobe for that.
Mm-hmm.
So with you and I being journalists and putting the information out there, us being teachers and educators and this kind of thing, and then us being producers of music, we still have to have people around us. You know, we still have to have people that we pull on, people that we can call, and just have just a regular kind of conversation with that may encourage you. And then having technology that works won't help. I mean, won't hurt. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, yo, yeah, because even right now, you're looking for the next thing to make your program work better. Your journalism. I'm looking for the next thing to make my music better. What's that next computer I need so I can move faster and do the things I need to do?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed, man. So, you know, we're going to get it. And keep in mind, people, I don't want my version of laziness is different from other people's. You know, if I tell my girl that, she'll say, man, you the hardest working dude I know. You crazy. Get out of here with that mess. But I got a different level of, you know, what I consider hard work, what I consider determination, what I consider persistence. It may be different from everybody else's. So another person may be extremely content with my level of effort, but just, you know, in your heart and in all of our hearts, we know when we're giving it our all. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what that is. But I want to get to a question in a comment in the chat room before we get out of here. We're not going to stay on here too long, family. I don't want to stretch it out just to stretch it out. I appreciate Griff for saying the words he said, and I want to say the words I said. But I do definitely want to get to a question from the family before we get out of here. I know Griff is in LA. The brother's extremely busy. It's an important weekend for the brother. So once again, I want to thank the brother for coming on. What's going on in the chat room, family? Give me a question for the Professor Griff. They're a little mad at you, Griff, for not dropping some conspiracy stuff too, man. I see the chat room. They're a little mad at you, man. They're like, Griff, we losing you. They're like we losing you, Griff. Oh,
it rolled around in my head, but you can remember over the last, I think, 3 or 4 years, when a story first come out, I always back away from it first so I could get it together. Mm-hmm. And then even before you and I started out again this time, we talked and we have to approach it strategically. I don't want to say anything that may hurt the family, his wife, children down the road. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, definitely.
Because I got my conspiracy kind of thing happening. So we have to be a little bit more sensitive, more compassionate.
Definitely. Give me a question, family. Give me a question for Professor Griff.
Just
okay, so Griff, I see people and I even seen you mentioned Brother Ben. I seen Brother Ben X mention this on his Instagram. Greg Marble Sr. says, what about Kobe and a pharmaceutical company that want to use the Black Mamba name and logo? Do you know anything about that?
I don't know anything.
Okay.
About that. Yeah, I'm not a sports kind of guy like that. The only sports I really follow and I know the names of the people and stats is boxing. Mm-hmm. Other sports I just don't. You know, I could tell you Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, and Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. I can tell you stats. You understand what I'm saying? What class they in, the weight class, and how many fights and who they fought on what day, but I can't do that with basketball. So yeah, I just don't know. But I don't, but then again, I really don't know who the endorsement deals that these other people have signed and who they're in bed with. Mm-hmm. Like who Kobe signed with as far as the endorsements are concerned. Mm. I think I've seen Kobe maybe on 1 or 2 commercials. I haven't seen him on a lot. Yeah. So who you align yourself with? Who do you put your energy behind?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, prior to coming to LA, I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the other day. So when you seeing your name etched on the wall at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame forever, etched in history, yeah, it tends to, you get kind of like overwhelmed. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, wow, for a man who never asked for this, someone brought it to my attention last week. They said, you're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, about to enter into get a Lifetime Achievement Award and a Grammy Hall of Fame. You don't find too many people that's in that small group of people that you know that small group that you're in.
Mhm.
And it kind of hit me. I'm like, okay, wow, yeah. So I think someone said it today. There's not too many things in the music industry that you haven't accomplished.
Haven't accomplished, right?
Yeah, not asking for it.
Mm-hmm.
People don't even know I'm a producer.
Mm. I didn't know. I just found out a couple of years ago. I think.
Right.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Griff does his thing, family. Griff does his thing. Huge inspiration in my life. Huge inspiration.
Oh, give thanks. I'm about to do this track with Black Dot. We're about to make this pop for real.
Oh man, dope, dope, dope. Give me any other questions, fam? Are you gonna be in the buck breaking documentary? Lady Ace wanted to know.
Lady Ace, I'm gonna get you. I was trying to keep that under cap because I did have a conversation with Tariq Nasheed the other day, and it was very warm, respectful, mature, real conversation. One that I think needed to have happened years ago. We didn't get into the past. We didn't get into what we don't agree with. We didn't get into any of that. Someone called me and said he mentioned the fact that he was going to ask me to be in it. And I was like, okay. And then when he finally called, I was like, okay, so we did get a chance to talk, and we're just waiting on a date that both of us are cool with, so we can kind of meet up and discuss the depth of what he wants to deal with and how far can I go, because I'd like to just go and just do it and have him chop it up and take what he want to take. But yeah, man, there's a lot of truth that need to be told, Brother Rich. But guess what the issue is? Who's going to tell it, man? And not be afraid.
Right.
Who's going to tell it and not be afraid to lose their job or get ostracized or get talked about or whatever, or get their passport taken? Who's going to tell it? Or get banned from a country? Or lose some of your white friends? Who's going to tell it? That's what we're waiting around for, because there's the truth is out there, right or wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And something did happen to us in that process, and we need to be honest about it. So do I go down that road again and be upfront, honest, and real, and speak truth to power, and end up getting the passport taken again, or getting ostracized and hated? What do you do, man? So those are the things I'm meditating on and kind of getting with myself on. Because the man has built the platform. Once I say it, it's going to be out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you once again, Professor Griff. The hour's about up for coming on the show, my brother.
This hour went quick, man.
Yeah. It goes fast. It goes real fast. Family, I want all y'all to tune in next Monday. Tell all your friends and family that Professor Griff and Brother Rich is back Monday nights, 11 o'clock. We're going to try to do it every Monday. If we miss a Monday, we'll be back the following Monday.
Right.
But Monday at 11 o'clock, make sure y'all tune in next week. I want to thank everybody who donated via Cash App. Let me post that link one more time. Make sure you support independent media. It's real important. Like I said, everybody who got the meditation track, I will send it to you after the show. I'm going to start working on that. Besides that, Professor Griff, leave your information. Let the people know everything you got coming up, my brother.
Yeah, Brother Rich, I'm glad you give me the opportunity to say that to people every week, to let people know what's going on, because right now I'm on tour with the Black History 101 Mobile Museum, and we're traveling throughout the country yet again, building this brand, man. And this is my 15, 16, going on the 17th year. Khalid El Hakim is the curator. He's been collecting for 27 years, and I've been rolling with him for about 15, 16, 17 of those years, putting this information out there, face to face, hand to hand, speaking to thousands of people every single year between January 15th and March 15th, literally carrying around a mobile museum. Other than that, you can go to Khaled's Facebook page, Khaled El Hakim, Black History 101 Mobile Museum, or just Google them. The other thing is the Alternative Black Studies course. I said to myself, I was going to put together this particular course to educate Black people on getting knowledge itself. But a lot of times we just don't know where to start, Brother Rich. You kind of figure groups are not meeting anymore. ASCAP don't exist. Organizations are dwindling. A lot of people are just not meeting up and meeting out anymore to sit down and study groups physically to study. So I said the best place to do it is online, but I got to prepare that course in order to give them that course to study. So that's what I've done. It's called the Alternative Black Studies course, and people can reach out to me directly, 678-557-2919. It's 678-557-2919 to take advantage of the Alternative Black Studies course. But other than that, I'm traveling around the country. My next video will probably be out within the next 30 days, probably less. Yeah, my album will be done. I had to push the album back. My release date was January 20th, 2020. But since I started the tour and a lot of things have been happening, I just had to push it back, because this time, Brother Rich, I really want to be able to take my time and present myself and show people that I'm a real MC, a real producer, a real musician, and a real artist. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of times I get overshadowed by the people see me. Oh man, I remember you. You the dude on YouTube. We talk about the Illuminati. They don't even know I'm in Public Enemy. That younger generation. And then I see the older cats, and they be like, "Oh man, when y'all coming out with another album?"
Right.
Like, okay, and everything else falls in between. So, my last song I put out was "Goddamn." I sent you the video. The song before that was "Behind Enemy Minds," which ended up in the movie Get Shorty, which I'm very happy and proud of. So things are happening, Brother Rich. You understand the way they're supposed to happen.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said, you didn't say, are you following me? You need to come out with the shirt. Are you following me?
No, I am.
Shout out to whoever wrote that in the chat. That's the infamous phrase from Professor Griff. Are you following me? So,
you know something, you talk and you teach and you watch the body language of the people and you want to know, you following me? It's like, let me know, give me some feedback. Yeah.
Indeed, man. Well, once again, family, this is Brother Rich, Professor Griff, and we getting out of here. Tune in next Monday, 11 o'clock. All right, family, we out of here. Thank you for all the support. Peace.
Peace.